So you got your phone, you got your laptop, you got your leads, maybe you got your website. Not really that important if you don't have your website. The next thing that's probably holding you back is your fear of rejection. It's that moment where you make the call and you just can't get your words out, or you just can't dial, or you're sat there and you're thinking, this is a huge problem. I can't cold call right now. This is your fear of rejection. It's a fight or flight response. I've done a lot of writing on this. I have a whole other section of the work I put online called Brute Force Confidence, and it's all about taking you through the getting over the fear of rejection by approaching 100 people a day on the street, right? Starting with one person. Because once you've got over your fear of rejection with one person, you can repeat that with hundreds and thousands of people. Your fear of rejection is probably the number one thing that's holding you back. It's probably the reason you're not already making cold calls, because you're scared of being told no. Even your thought about, I don't know what to sell, is based in your fear of being rejected. So let's analyze what the fear of rejection actually is, and let's see if we can get you over it. Okay? Fear of rejection, as I said before, is a fight or flight response. What is fight or flight? In nature, this was there to protect people. People, animals, everyone in nature has got fight or flight. It's if there's a predator or if there's danger, do you run away as fast as you can, or do you stand your ground and fight? Okay? Your fear of rejection activates this fight or flight response. And as a result, you freeze up in the moment, you stutter your words, you forget what to say, you clam up, you feel awkward, you get shaky. That's the fight or flight response. And anybody with a fear of rejection is going to get that response every single time they try and pick up the phone. And the reason you need to get over that is because on the other side of 100 dials a day is everything you ever wanted in business. It's leads coming out of your ears. Nearly said arse. There's a couple of exercises you can do to get over your fear of rejection that don't involve cold calling. So, I personally believe the best way you can get over your fear of rejection with cold calling is just to start dialing, and is to be very bad on the phone and hang up. The beauty of a cold call, right, is that they can't see you. So at any moment, you can run away very easily. Sorry. Bang, gone. You don't even have to pick up if they call you back, right? You can call anyone on the planet and practice. But if you can't even do that, yeah? So if your fear of rejection is to the point where you can't even pick up the phone and try and sell something, that's fine. What I want you to do is to go out onto the street, yeah, and go face to face with some people that you don't know, and I want you to start asking for the time. If you need an excuse, well, why wouldn't you just look at your phone, yeah? You could say, excuse me, my phone is out of battery. Please, could you tell me the time? There is a chance they'll say no, and that's why this exercise does actually work for getting you over your fear of rejection. There is a chance that they'll say no. And that's what you're worried about, right? You're worried they'll say no and you'll look stupid. That's a very small exercise. Once you've done the time, you can start asking for directions. Once you get over your fear of rejection, asking for directions, you can go one step further and you can just say, hi, how are you? That, if you have a fear of rejection, is one of the most awkward things you could possibly imagine doing. I promise you, that will make your stomach, because you're going up to a stranger and with no other reason, you're just starting a conversation. This is all talked about in my book, Brute Force Confidence. There's a bunch of other exercises. If you live in a big city, go and lie down on the train platform with your hands like this so you look like you're not ill. Just go and lie down like this when people are getting off the train. That is one of the hardest things to do. It's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing that the next time you go to make a cold call, you'll be like, it's fine. I've laid down on a train platform. Don't get in the way of people, but make sure they have to step around you. Okay? Your fear of rejection is the thing that's holding you back. The best way to get over your fear of rejection is the brute force method, which is to go out there and ask hundreds of people for the time, for directions, how are you, lay down in front of trains, all of these things. That will get you over your fear of rejection and help you start selling. If you don't want to do all that faff and you just want to jump in, the fastest way to get over your fear of cold call rejection is just to get rejected and realise emotional damage is not physical damage. You will live to see another day if someone says no to you on the phone. That is very important for you to remember. Another module in this series is mantras to repeat to yourself before you start. And one of those mantras is emotional damage is not physical damage. I want you to say that to yourself the next time you pick up the phone and you're a bit scared to make a dial. Remember, the people on the other side of this phone have the keys to the kingdom that you want to enter. They have the money. You have the service. If you don't call them and get told no a bunch of times, you're not going to find the people that want what you have. It's really that simple. I'm even talking to myself right now. I sometimes get fear of rejection, and I've called tens of thousands of people. Your fear of rejection is the thing that is holding you back the most, probably in life. Practice on the phone. You can run away whenever you want. If you ever feel awkward, you just say, bang, try again. You can't run out of people. I'll actually tell you a little anecdote here. So, I was, in 2021, going out on the streets of London, and I was selling websites still for myself. I would go out after work, and I would talk to 100 people a day, right? And I suddenly thought, what if I run out of people? What if I run out of people? If I contacted 100 people a day in London, and I took no breaks, it would take 274 years before I ran out of people. I'm not going to be calling until I'm 274, I'll be doing other stuff by then. You can't run out of people. If you're scared of making a phone call, go out and ask for the time. Once you've done that, go back to the phone and realise you can run away whenever you want. Even you could be a bit freaky. You can call someone up. Call Domino's. They want to hear you. Call Domino's. Let's get everyone calling Domino's. Call them up, and if you're really that scared, just be creepy breather. Just breathe at them down the phone. Do that enough times, eventually you will sell something on the phone. Okay?